beginner who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now are the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
The consumer's in good shape. The economy's in better shape.
The consumer is in good shape. And the economy's in better shape. We're being told every day the economy's getting much better. And we're going to soon be back to the greatest economy we ever had before the pandemic. And I love the way they tell you how things are getting better. Let's put it in perspective. So you're out in a boat with a buddy, you're drinking, he had a little too much to drink, he falls overboard, and he sinks down in the lake about 40 feet. So you call his wife, gee, I'm sorry. I was out with Jack, we were fishing, he got drunk, fell off the boat, and he's down about 40 feet. How's he doing, she asked. Not bad, you're really doing good. Out of the 40 feet, he's made it back up 20 feet. Well, that's terrific. Well, the guy's never going to make it all the way. But because he was up 20%, cut the 40 feet in half, he could make the wife feel better. She feels great now. That's exactly what the fake Business News Network does to us. To get from 40 feet back up and into that boat to where you were or where he was before he fell overboard, that's huge. Almost impossible. It's worse with an economy. That's right. Now, we got about 7 weeks left to the election. That's terrific because they're going to pull all stops out to rally this market. If you do not get in this stock market in the next 7 weeks, you got to be nuts. It's almost a guarantee the market's going to go up. Now, if it collapses between now and election night, we're fine because with our color-coded technology, our chart, we know in advance. If you don't believe it, you can get the chart for 10 days. I'll prove it to you. It's free. It warns you. It tells you. Money's starting to come out. What money? We don't care about the retail customer. The institutional money, the biggest banks, the biggest insurance companies. They're the ones that make stocks go up when they put their money in, and when they pull their money out, stocks go down. But with the incredible technology we have today and the color-coded technology, it will tell you. First, it'll start turning yellow to give you a warning. Then it starts turning red. You get plenty of time. So you won't get caught up. You don't have to depend on some stockbroker, some planner, or somebody's running your 401k. You just follow the chart. So let's think about this for a moment. They're telling us the consumer is in great shape. Well, I just gave the analogy. This guy drowned 40 feet below the boat. Can you imagine saying something like that? Nearly half of Americans, they lost their job. And remember when they lost their job because of the pandemic, they can't last a month on their savings. Are you kidding? Some couldn't even last 2 weeks. So how can you say the consumer is better off now? Even when they were lying and saying things were good before the pandemic, people were struggling because they haven't been getting wage increases. Adjusted for inflation, they haven't gotten a wage increase in 26 years. What are you, nuts? They lost 1.4 million healthcare jobs alone. 400,000 airline jobs gone, boom, fired. Most of these jobs aren't coming back. To have the nerve to get on and lie like that. Because here's one thing they know. They know that everybody looks at the stock market as the indicator as to how the economy's doing. But these fake business news networks should be honest and say, why don't you go and look at the debt? How much debt we have compared to the goods we produce a year. Yes, let's look. What is the number of goods that we produce? We manufacture. That's what we do. We produce goods and sell them around the globe. So what is our debt to that? That's what you measure. This is the first time in 40 years our debt is so much larger than what we produce as a nation. Like 7-10 times larger. What are you, nuts? That's what you measure. Debt is a killer. The Federal Reserve since 2008 has been fueling this great American debt bubble. Now there's no stopping it. There's only one result. A crash like you've never seen. But you can take advantage of this market going up because they're going to keep fueling it to the election. And you can even take advantage when it's going down. You'll make much more money going down. Faster anyways, because the market goes down 10 times faster than it goes up. What are you doing? Get prepared. You're going to have more fun when the stock market goes down than anything else. But not to be in this market, you got to be insane. Now, if you don't have someone who's holding your hand and telling you when to get in and when to get out and when to add to your stock, well, of course you wouldn't get in. Because this is the biggest bubble ever created on Earth. Are you kidding? This stock bubble is so huge. But if you know when to get out, who cares? So I hope you do join the gang, try it for 10 days, and then have the fun with us when the market starts to crash. The Federal Reserve, remember, is the fueler of this debt. Stock buybacks has fueled this massive 10 trillion corporate debt. Can you imagine? 10 trillion. Never before has corporations owed 10 trillion. That's all because they're borrowing money at zero rates to do massive stock buybacks. Now, their earnings are declining, unbelievable. Because the amount, and let me tell you what else it's going to do. It's going to decline. The stock buybacks aren't going to save you this time. Because their debt, they're choking with so much debt. You know what Powell's doing, right? He's printing and printing all kinds of money. And remember, every day he's printing $26 billion. Okay, or let's say about $608 million an hour to prop up corporate debt, to go in and buy their debt from them. Say, here, I'll buy your debt. In exchange, you're going to get the cash. Go out and do what you've been doing. Keep going out and do more stock buybacks. Here, don't worry about it. See, that was the beautiful thing about recessions. When companies screwed up, and they're going broke. They weren't rewarded. We reward companies now. We reward them by going and buying their debt from them. So they go out and make the same mistakes they've been making all along. Isn't that stupid? Isn't that dumb? In a recession, you don't do that. Only the strong survive. And then you take and make sure you take care of the strong. Let the weak go into Chapter 11 or go out of business. This is insane. We'll take a look at some more stocks when we get back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Look, the Fed has lowered reserve requirements. They brought the base Fed funds rate down to zero. They've implemented very aggressive interventionist policies.
Yeah, and they keep doing it. Why? If the economy was so good before the pandemic, why'd they doing that? You don't do that, do you? Of course not. And they've been doing that since 2008. And they've been doing it. In fact, matter of fact, the economy got so bad in the fall of 2019, I told you this before, they had to print a whole bunch of money called robo money to keep the banks going. Never showed up in the fake business news networks, never talked about it, but that's what happened. Look it up, 2019, the banks. So they've been propping this whole thing up for 12 years, but the fundamentals are catching up now. I mean, just like, here's what's going to happen too. Margin debt. Do you know how much the margin debt has grown? It's incredible. Now we got retail customers coming in who have never been in the market. They jumping in right now, left and right. That's why, please get in the stock market, because the market only has one place to go, is up. In the next 7 weeks, if you're not in this market, you regret it the rest of your life. But only get in. And I'm saying this because I do want you to become a member. I do want you to try my Pro 2, color-coded chart. But don't get in the market unless you have, and I don't know where you're going to find a chart like mine. Mine's the only one I know that's in the country. It's patented. We designed it. Tells you when to get out, when to get in, when to add, when not. And you can find out for yourself if it's a fake or not. If I'm making all this up, you get it for 10 days. But here's what's happening. Boy, people never learn. Margin debt grows. And when people get excited, and they've never been in the market before, and now they all are jumping in, they want to buy Apple and Facebook, because Facebook's pulling back, and Apple and Google's pulling back, the FANG stocks, and that app, they're all pulling back. So they say, get in. So brokers tell them, get in, this is the time to buy. They pulled back. Jeez, when they should be telling them, don't get in until they make new highs. But regardless, margin debt grows. And when the margin debt grows more than the growth of the S&P, like what happened in 2000, when it grew like 150% more than the market, each time it does that, the market corrects at least 50%. Exactly where we are now, same thing. Our margin debt is growing faster than the S&P growth. But they're not telling you that. I'm telling you that, but the fake business news network don't want to tell you that. They're not going to tell you anything to get grumpy, to get you grumpy, get you upset. They want you to jump in this market. The problem is that's good. But 85% of the people in the stock market lose money because they don't get out in time. So the margin debt now is growing incredibly, much faster than the S&P. Just go back and look at history. Look what happened in 2007. Look what happened in 2000. In 2014, it was growing so fast. That's one of the reasons why they really started to pump in stock buybacks. Remember, in 2013 is when they started with all the FANG stocks, right? 2014, there was so much margin. Margin debt was growing 300% faster than the S&P. They thought we were going to have a 50% correction. To stop that, that's when they really dropped rates to zero. And they got everybody, they're doing stock buybacks up to yin-yang to make sure the market didn't correct. And they've been doing that since 2014. And where we got all the growth from was from those same FANG stocks. Now, this happened, remember, right before 1929. Same thing happened. Matter of fact, stock buybacks delayed the 1929 correction by 5 years. Exactly what's going on now. We should have corrected in 2014, 2015, but it didn't correct because of stock buybacks. Exactly what they did in 1929, they had that huge crash. Delayed it by 5 years. Didn't correct. And the margin debt was so large when the time came for the margin calls, instead of investors writing checks, they said, okay, just sell my stock. Oh my God. Panic hit. This is exactly what's going to happen now. Panic hits, and everybody says, get me out at any price. Get me out at any price. But all you're going to be hearing is how great this economy is coming back. So please remember my little analogy. Keep it in your mind. The guy drops out of a boat, falls off of a boat. He's down 40 feet. And he's trying to swim his way back up. He's up 20 feet. The guy in the boat calls the wife of the guy is drowning. Oh, he's doing terrific. He's got a real comeback. Look at him. He was down 40. Now he's only down 20. He knows he's not going to make it back. Exactly what they're doing to you in the stock market. It's unbelievable. When you got your debt, when our country's debt is larger than what we produce, that is a killer itself. It's unbelievable. So how can the fake Business News Network say the economy is recovering and soon we'll be back to the best economy ever that we had before the pandemic? They just lie. What are you, nuts? You know, when Trump was going to give the big tax cuts to the large corporations, he was going to mandate it, that those tax savings need to be poured back into their company by way of increasing wages through business investment, meaning increased productivity, go buy new equipment. It was Larry Kudlow, and by the way, if Trump loses this election, you can blame Kudlow. It was Larry Kudlow who convinced President Trump not to put a mandate on them. Because what Kudlow said, and he made sense, he said, you're not going to get credit. He said, you're not going to get credit for business investment. Nobody knows what it is. What people do know is we have convinced them. When he was talking about, we convinced him, he's talking about when he was on CNBC and he was doing his show like the rest of them. What he was saying is, we convinced the public to think the stock market is the economy. So they know so let's keep on, don't put that restriction on them. Let this market keep going up because you'll get reelected. Unbelievable. So between now and 7 weeks, we'll see what happens. Join my gang. Be right back after the break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days. Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grain at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
It's just a great market. We got the Robinhood guys buying. We got new people buying. We got great earnings. It's just a great tape.
Great tape. Yeah, great tape. That's what he said during the dot-com. It was April. I'll never forget. We had the drop. And then it rallied back up. And he's saying, buy now, buy now. And I kept saying, are you nuts? This is the time that this is going to be it. This is when you're going to get the real crash. And we did. Yeah, right. Unbelievable. Listen to this.
So in my view, they've already done too much. Why?
because the impact on the real economy, on the economic recovery is limited, but the impact on asset pricing, housing prices is significant. So what they end up doing inadvertently is decoupling Wall Street from Main Street.
Let me explain what he's saying, put in English. What Wall Street has done is they've gone with this stock buybacks, made a fortune by pumping these stocks up. In the meantime, Main Street, they said, the hell with you. The corporations, remember, when you think of corporations, think of Wall Street. They're saying, the hell with you, the worker. We're going to get rich. The CEOs, their partners on Wall Street, the biggest shareholders, we're going to get rich. We're going to take all that money, cheap money, and we're going to keep on doing stock buybacks. And you're not going to get anything out of it. But what we're going to do, though, is keep rates real low for you, too. So you can go out and buy stuff. Buy stuff. And we're going to tell everybody the reason why we're keeping the rates so low for so long is because we're going to get that's going to help us recover this economy when it's a bull-faced lie. All the stuff that Powell's doing, everything that they're doing, they wouldn't be doing if the economy was good. They're doing it because the economy's terrible. Housing, he talked about the housing, right? What he's saying is people that are buying houses right now are going to get screwed. They're going to get screwed. They're paying too much for houses. Houses are going up unbelievable. People buying a house today, you're going to lose money. So I hope you put down 20, 30% because your house is going to go down 20, 30%. There's such a shortage right now of houses, and people are going crazy because interest rates are 2.5%. And why are interest rates at 2.5%? Not because the economy's good. It's 2.5% because the economy sucks. And they're trying to prop the economy up. They're trying to prop everything up. What do you think Trump is doing with Powell? Trump owns Powell. Powell's out there doing anything he can to prop this and hold this thing up for the next 7 weeks. At 2.5% interest for a 30-year fixed rate, why do you think banks are tanking? And for Jim Cramer to come out and say this,
it's just a great market.
When you come out and say it's a great market, when banks are tanking, banks are the lifeblood of the stock market. Banks are the blood, the heart. Banks is what drives a stock market, what drives our economy. Think about it. The financial sector drives our economy. You buy an automobile, you buy a house, you buy cars, you credit, student loans. Come on. Banks drive our economy. You want to see banks doing well. How can he say we're doing good, we have the best economy ever, when right now they're printing $215 billion a month to keep the banks propped up? If you don't believe me, then why do you think the big boys dropped all the bank stocks? Warren Buffett dropped the bank stocks. Today, we saw one stock, all the others, and I told everybody, I said, I think the one stock that's going to go up is Wells Fargo. And sure enough, it was all red. It's been red since on our chart since June 23rd. It turned green. Okay, now remember, this was a stock that was at $54. The stock dropped to about, dropped around $23. That's a hell of a buy. 57%. Why would I go and buy more of Google? This is where we go buy. So he went, and it finally turned green the other day, September 14th. Remember, it turned red on June 23. So we waited till it turned green, and there it is. And it went from a low of $24, okay, $24.23 to a high today of $25.77. That's in 3 days. That's a 7% gain in 3 days. This is a bank stock. Now you go take all the other bank stocks and they're tanking. So that stock has relative strength. But we wouldn't know to get in it unless we had the color-coded chart. But my point is the banks are everything. And they're doing horrible. Durable goods orders, the same thing. Yes, the durable goods orders had a good May, June, and July. They were up. But if you go and look on an annualized basis or year to date, they're down 12%. You got to look, when somebody gives you a number, you got to go back, and just like the little analogy I gave you with the boat, right? The guy drowning. He's down on the bottom of the lake 40 feet. He clawed his way, swam his way up. He's now at 20 feet. How the hell is he going to how's he going to hold his breath the rest of the way? He's not. But they're telling you, wow, look at this. He's doing a great job. He's up 20%. Really? It's the same thing with the economy. Our GDP dropped 33%. Not in our history has our economy dropped 33%. We got to get back up to where it was pre-demic, which was minus 2.5. Do you understand what that means, what you got to do? So our durable goods on a annualized basis, year to date, is down 12%. It means looking forward, there's no orders out there. Everything's just a big sham. It's all it is. They're going to do anything and everything to keep this thing going. And they've been doing it for 12 years. But it's at its end now. You know, this market, when it collapsed, it wasn't that everybody thinks when the market dropped 30, 40% in February, it was because of the pandemic. No! The market was going to collapse anyways. That just, what it did is just pushed it over the cliff a little earlier. That's all. The market didn't go down because of the pandemic. It was going to go down on its own. And the stock market, I keep telling you, is never an indicator of the health of the real economy. So what they've done is they keep manipulating the price of the stock market through stock buybacks so they can tell you the story, the economy's terrific, when it's not. When fake business news networks to claim the economy was doing well before the pandemic, are you kidding? And you take a look at all these hosts and their guests who say that and who say, oh, it's doing well now. Are you kidding? What we've done is we've had quantitative easing, the printing of money for the purchase of purchasing treasuries to keep interest rates at zero so they can loan to CEOs. So to move it up, their stock up because there's no economic growth. There's no business investment. Now, if the money was directed for business investment instead of stock buybacks, if the money was directed to increase productivity, to increase wages, to increase spending, which is 72% of our economic GDP growth, that'd be good, but it's not. They're diverting it. And that's what he's saying. Wall Street has decoupled from Main Street. That money should be going to you. You should be getting good wages. You should have good savings, good retirement plans. But yes, he's right. You're decoupled. Nobody cares about you. As long as the stock market goes up, they don't care about the economy anymore and what it does to you, the person who's not in the stock market. And for those who can be in the stock market, please try for 10 days. Join my gang. It's free. Get your color-coded chart. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to see in those 10 days, it works. It works. Go to my site right now. Join Phil's gang, free for 10 days, and get your color-coded chart.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert. It says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Thinking about investing in the stock market? Go to philsgang.com, where we have over 50 years experience in trading and investing in the stock market. Phil's Gang teaches you how to make profits in the market with stock chart analysis, up-to-the-minute alerts, and always keeping you informed with professional guidance in long and short-term positions. Go to philsgang.com or call one of our professional staff to answer your questions. 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Stop wondering about your financial future and start doing something about it.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. The fastest drop in history, 3,000 points in 3 days. Wow. But we are right there with my color-coded chart. And the color-coded chart at the end of March caught one of the fastest 40% rallies on the way back up. We couldn't have done it without the color-coded chart, because the color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add to your position, but best, when to run like hell. Get it free for 10 days with a membership here at philsgang.com. The color-coded chart. It works. The membership's free with the color-coded chart. So go to my site, philsgang.com, and you'll see it. You'll say products, and then you'll see this product stands out above all the other products. This is color-coded chart, working investor group. That means that every day, while you're trying this out, every day just follow whatever stocks you want that are called our member stocks. And every day we do a video. Steve does a video of the stocks and tells you exactly what to do. I mean, how can it be any better than that?
Apple, we're going to put a scout on to sell this one short, okay, and we will add to it if it drops underneath the low.
And then he goes on and tells you exactly what to do. Does anybody do that for you every day? Who does that for you every day? Are you kidding? Nobody does that. Today, we gave our members Wells Fargo. It's up, 5-6% already? 7%. But I don't want you to get in because it's up 7%. Everything goes up. Hell, look what they're doing. They're monetizing debt, which simply means All these corporations, instead of letting them go into bankruptcy, they go out and they buy their debt. The government has all kinds of debt up to their neck in debt. They print money, they buy treasuries to drop interest rates low, then they go out and they buy the government's debt. Think about what they're doing. They're buying all the corporate debt. They're buying the government debt. Oh, and get this. Listen to this. Listen to this idiot.
Retail sales continue to set new record highs. Unlike many other economic indicators, retail sales have already more than fully recovered.
They didn't recover. Retail sales are soaring. Yes. Why? Because of debt. Household debt is historic. See what's going on? And most people don't understand any of this. So they keep printing money and printing money so that you have interest rates at zero, so you go buy stuff. They'll give you more credit cards. That's the idea of keeping rates low. So when you keep buying stuff, you're not buying stuff. You're going into debt. You keep going into debt. Corporations keep going to debt. Household debt is historic high. Business debt, historic high. Government debt, historic high. And all this debt is so high between corporations and businesses that they print money to go in and buy the debt from the government, buy the debt from the corporations, so they can go out and do the same all over again and keep rates at zero. This is the biggest Ponzi scheme ever. But in the meantime, you should be in this market. The market goes up 85% of the time. Right now, it's almost 95%. Why aren't you in the market? I know, because you're afraid. And you should be afraid. Unless you get something that tells you, okay, hey, you better watch out. It's time to start getting out. Start taking profits. Well, that's what I offer. And if you think it's phony or a gimmick, you got 10 days to catch me on it. Because I'm going to give it to you free. Use it for 10 days. And during that 10 days, again, not only do you have the color-coded chart, but you got a full membership. You can go to our classes, whatever you want to do. But it just annoys me when he's saying, look at retail, it's up and going. But he doesn't say the retail customer, they're spending more than their income. And the only reason why they can do that is because of the game they're playing. The Federal Reserve. Keep rates at zero, let them build up their credit card debt, give them another credit card. I mean, it's just insane. So this bubble, and as I said, nobody's talking about it. When the margin debt, people are going into, you got so many people coming to the stock market right now. It's incredible. Incredible. And it's all new people who've never been in the market. That's ridiculous. They're going to lose everything, just like they did. But see, people always wait. The market went up over 400% since 2008. Now they're getting in it. In 2020, 12 years later, yeah, they always do that. And that's your signal, I better get out. It's just crazy. This is all set up for the 1/100th of 1 percentile and the 1/10th of 1% to make more and more money. This monetization of debt is nuts. It gives them the opportunity to go into more debt. Do you ever hear such a thing? To go in you got a company. Wouldn't it be nice if you're private, you could do this? You got a company, you're losing money, and the government comes in and says, I'm going to take all your debt from you, and I'm going to replace it with cash. Go and make the same mistakes again. Go ahead. We could care less. Why do they do that? They do that because they want to make it look like everything's normal. Everything's okay. While the bad guys, the 1/100th of 1 percentile, and the 1 percentile, those two groups can keep getting more wealthy. And the CEOs, their partners, which are Wall Street, and their big shareholders get more wealthy. So they make it look like the economy is doing great. And the fake business news network takes parking space in your head. Hey, everything is great. And you have no idea what's coming. But in the meantime, take advantage of it. It's just, there's no question. Just keep watching gold. I was talking about inflation yesterday. And they're lying and saying inflation is just 2%. Are you nuts? The way they've been printing money? They're printing, I mean, just I forgot what it was in the last 4 months. It was just, they're printing more each month. If you take 1 month, they print more in that month than they printed in the past 200 years as an aggregate. All to keep this market going up. And all the folks on Main Street are doing are getting into more debt. So the inflation of printing this money, okay, and to move these stocks up, we got inflation of at least 12%, not the 2%. Why do you think gold is going up? Look, gold dropped 17%. Remember when Putin came out and he said he had a vaccine? We recaptured that 17%. It's been recaptured because he's full of it. Of course the smart money is going to gold. Why? Because they know this inflation is horrible. It's the inflation that keeps driving the stock market. And inflation is a killer. And inflation turns to stagnant, and then you're really in trouble. But in the meantime, there's no reason for you to be in trouble. Not at all. Oh, and you watch. In the next 7 weeks, all you're going to keep hearing is, we have a successful vaccine. Remember how when the market dropped like 33, 38%, remember February? And then they started going up in March. Remember how they kept moving the market? Back in 2018, remember the market dropped 20, 25%, and then they moved it right back up. How did they move it up? Every day they kept saying, we're close to signing an agreement with China. We're signing it with China pretty soon, China. And every day the market went up. They're going to do that for the next 7 weeks with vaccine. So take advantage of it. Why aren't you in this market? Take advantage of it. Oh, by the way, don't forget, get your tickets. Okay? Myself, Larry Elder, Sebastian Gorka, Charlie Kirk, we will be at the Sarasota Hyatt, 7 to 9 p.m. That's October 23, sponsored by Salem. And we'd love to see you. So go to my site, philsgang.com, check it out. Get all the information on the cost of tickets. So it's the Conservative Summit, sponsored by Salem. And again, myself, Larry Elder, Sebastian Gorka, and Charlie Kirk. We'll be answering all your questions. It'll be fun, and love to see my gang members there. So the tickets are, again, they are selling out quickly. I'm not just saying that because it's limited now because of the pandemic, how many people they can have. All right, listen, again, go to my site right now. Try my chart for 10 days, the color-coded chart. It'll be fun. And during the 10 days, don't use real money. Just do it on paper until you're convinced this chart really does work, and it's going to help you when to get out. Then take advantage of the market.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.